Hello friends, so today we are going to do some programming in Python to connect a ordinary gamepad to a drone. So this drone will be operational with a gamepad, and you may also have a query that we already have got the dedicated application to operate the drone in mobile. Then why are we using these gamepads? So, friends, I was just sitting and looking into this gamepad, and I felt like that this has got lot many buttons and features like these triggers. So. So this will be totally different user experience, altogether different user experience when you operate something physically, and like on these pressing on these triggers, which looks quite similar, whose mechanisms looks quite similar to the accelerator of or the clutch of a car. So we can increase or decrease the velocity or the speed of a drone by using these triggers. So that's what the reason that I'm going to make drone operational. So in our tutorial, what we are going to do, what basic operations we are going to perform, when we will be pressing on this, our drone will be taking off, and when we will press on this, so our drone will be landing to the surface. So let's start with the programming part.
So let's start from the scratch. So we have got the first step, which is to install the Python. So first we need to have Python installed. So I need to download that. Let me Google Python. Download Python. So to download, there are many versions of Python available, and latest is also there. But I'll install this 3.7.6, which looks stable to me. So here we got 3.6. So you can download from here. In my PC, it is already downloaded, so or and installed. So I'm not doing that. It is just you need to. It's a normal installation. You don't need to do any configuration. Okay. Now to run the Python, we need to get some ID. So we'll search for ID. So there's a ID which is pycharm. Okay, so the next step we are performing of installing the pycharm. So how are you going to install that? That too I'm going to tell you. Pycharm. There are two versions of PyCharm available. One is trial and the other one is open source, which is community. So you need to download this community version. I already have downloaded, so I'm going to install it. So let me just install that first. So I have got this downloaded here. So I'll just click on this and install the community version. So I'm installing this. Okay, I'll have the icon and yeah. Okay. So we can create new project here, and I would also suggest that before starting PyCharm, you can also after installation of the PyCharm, you can also restart your PC uh, so that you may not face any issue. Let's create a project. So we'll give this a name demo to fly drone. Okay, again I can see that already the base interpreter, this path is configured, which is of Python. That is also automatically there. You can also make sure that it should be there. And let's create our project. It's giving some sort of, since it's a first launch of pycharm, so it is giving me all these tutorials. I'm going to close it. Okay. Here in the project we have got by default Python file created. I don't need it. I'm going to create my own, so I'm going to delete this. So I've deleted this and I'm going to add my own file, the new file. So here you can see this Python file option is there. So I'll give a name that fly drone calls. Okay. So let's create it now. Going back to our notepad file, and what is the third step which is there? So we need to add to get the callbacks from gamepad, which I'm just going to connect with my PC. I need to add this library to my project. So as you can see that how am I going to add the library? So here in setting, I need to go to this project demo to fly drone, and there I will go to Python interpreter, and here I will add that inputs library. Inputs. Okay, I'm going to select this and going to install. So it is installed successfully. Now I'm closing it. Again going to our notepad and checking. Okay, so now we have got this library installed. We'll write a code to get the callbacks when we'll be pressing on the buttons on the gamepad. So we should have some callbacks. So there's a code which I have already texted in that notepad. So just to not to waste the time. So here I have imported that inputs library, and I'm getting my gamepads array. Okay, and then so let's run this code. Let me first connect my gamepad to this PC. So here I have connected via USB. Okay, so now I'm going to run this. You to make sure that connecting of the gamepad to PC, and now I'm running this file, this Python file, to check that I'm getting. So as you can see, I'm pressing here, and in my console, which is below the code, I'm getting callbacks. I'm pressing here and getting callbacks. And it is showing me all the information as I printed here, that what event type, what code, and what it is there. I only want to track these two buttons, which is thumb right and thumb left button, as I'm going to perform event on that. So I'm just going to comment this out, as I don't need it. This is only just to track what event I'm pressing. So I have already decided that on event code this, and when the state is 1, uh, it will be right thumb button is pressed. Now see the console, it will be more clear to you that when I'm pressing on right thumb and left thumb, so you can see that right thumb and left thumb. I think I need to rerun this code. So I forgot that. Okay, now it will be more clear to you. See. So that is how I got the event, and I'm going to do another step, which is to add a djitello library, which is from djitello, which is from dji, to do the development with the drone. So again, going to my settings of the project, and there in my project in Python interpreter, I'm going to add djitello. djitello. And when you add a package in a description, you can also see a link that who has created and what are its API. So as I'm clicking on this, so you can see that this is created by this person, and now I can check on the library which he has created. So here it is also mentioned that how can we use this library, what are the APIs, what we can do. So now moving ahead with our project. So I'm going to install this DJI Tello, DJI Tello py. May take some time. Going back to our Notepad. So after adding this library, we'll add its code to this. And I'm closing it as it is successfully installed. So again going to Notepad, not to waste time, and add below code of drone in right places of existing code. So let's add this code in our file below the inputs. Okay. So what I have done, that I am importing this djitellopy from Tello library, and I've created one Tello object, and I'm connecting. And what do I need to do now to take off? I want that when I will be pressing on this right thumb, I will be taking I will take flying the drone, and when I will be pressing on this left thumb, then that drone will be landing to the surface. So let's do that. So I'll copy this takeoff code to this and paste it here. I will copy this landing of the Tello code to this. Okay. Now what I will do, go let's move ahead. Now I'll connect my laptop to Tello drone Wi-Fi and will run the code. So let's save it, and here uh, to turn on this drone. See here, I've got this Tello, and now I'm connected to that. Now let's run it. So we'll run it outside the home. So I'll pause the recording for some time, and then we'll run it and see what is the output we are getting.
Code. and going to tap on this right thumb. As you can see that on tapping on right thumb, drone is taking off, and now on the left thumb button it is going to land. Okay, let me show this again. I'm tapping on right button and see it's gonna fly. And when I tap on this left button, it's going to land.